looking at the marketing from these three companies that have these gimbals right now and how they're selling it. And I will say, to me, the most egregious right now was Extra, just in terms, they're a little extra, you know, they're just, it's in the name. They're just a little extra, but they have come up with, invented, to me, the parts that I think are overhyped. And like you said, in the echo chamber idea, we're probably just living too close to it. But again, that's just the thesis. Is it overhyped? So here's the first clip here of, and again, this is from Extra. Beautiful cinematography, like beautiful shots, great composure. I'm not saying anything is wrong with that, but here, like, so this clip right here, both of these so far, you're driving. So you're already stabilized. You're using the car for your stabilization, right? A couple of these orbit shots that I'm seeing, this pan down, like, could I do that pretty easily with a GoPro?
Yeah.
I don't see, so far in this, it's pretty shots, but again, like, you're going back to the camera, or sorry, not the camera, the car shots, you're already locked into these things. You're using the drive-bys. There's a static shot. So on these clips right there, does that require, because here's issue number one for me. There's GoPro. There's like the cost in my pack from this to this is pretty significant. I mean, this will fit in my pocket. This needs another case and another thing to go in. And then on the same thing, I'm traveling around. I'm throwing this thing in my bag a lot. This has electronic image stabilization. Say it's about the same. Maybe this is 1/1.2 or 1/1.3 by the 13. This is the 1 inch. So you've got a little bit more dynamic range in this one, but nothing's going to break on this. The worst case scenario, you know, I'm going to crack a lens and then I can replace that. I have so much more. I told Jake, here's a fear. I always have to keep this protective case on mine. I'm not throwing this in my bag naked because I'm afraid that I would break this, scratch the lens. Like, there's so much going on here. So in this case, that was kind of case number one for me. Overhyped. You're selling me Extra. You're selling me that my content game is going to elevate way up. What do you think here? Why Luna over GoPro?
Your last point was very solid. I have said this for a lot of things. I even have another t-shirt for that, where the gear doesn't make the storyteller. You know, it's so that I don't like ever that thesis coming from anybody. But what, and I will say that one of the huge advantages to the GoPro, the Action, all of those little form factor ones is interchangeable batteries. Gosh, I wish the Luna and the Pockets had that, because that's a really nice way to have some future proofing. Like, I have the original Osmo Action and I still was able to get batteries for it just like 2 months ago. Like, that's awesome. The difference, I think, is that this, while you say, yes, I only have this gimbal camera and I only have use for it for this or that, my theory is that, but it's also one you can do all of the other shots with. And then you also have the ability to go, oh, now I want a gimbal shot. So it's, you know, you put it on a tripod, you can do all these other things. You can do the same work. It's just like, now it's more flexible than the GoPro. The GoPro has advantages. I should say action cams have an advantage. Waterproof, shockproof. You can throw it down a side of a mountain.
Weatherproof. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So that's huge. And I've often been a proponent of, I have both in my camera bag when I go out, because when I want to get a shot where, oh, that would ruin the camera, I throw the action camera down, because I can replace the lens. I can change battery. I can do all the things, and I can get these crazy shots. We used it in a machine shop where oil and shavings were falling down on top of it. I'm like, I'm not putting my mirrorless camera or anything else there, but I could put that in there, give that thing a bath, and I'm back to action. So yeah, the challenge is if you're a one only camera person. then the argument gets really challenging, because I probably would lean toward the action camera at that point, because it really covers all my bases.
Right.
You have made a valid point. The stabilization in those is ridiculous, especially when you turn on like the horizon balance on the action cam. I'm like, it doesn't even, I'm like, that's some weird voodoo magic too.
Yeah.
And so they're very good. I would say that the difference for me has been, and I will do it again tonight for a job for the radio station, I'm only going to take my Luna. And that's all I'm taking to capture the event. That's a lie. I'm going to take my 360 and get a time lapse while I'm doing work. But I'm just going to take that. I'm not even taking my big camera bag and all my other gear, because I can do man on the street interviews with people. Like, because one of the things I like to do is say, why do you support our radio station? Is a public radio station, so it's supported by listeners. So it's always good to get that, like, hey, so why are you a fan of the Summit FM? You know, and so I'm able to do man on the street interviews with it without thinking about it. That's done. I get dynamic shots of everybody having a good time. I can get static shots of the band performing. I can do everything with this camera that I might have in the past. I'd have showed up with my Sony mirrorless, couple lenses, a gimbal, a tripod, and I'm hucking in all this stuff. Now I have this one little bag from K&F. It's like just a little knapsack that I can rock and roll, and it has everything I need for the evening.